Hello and welcome to this short video on understanding morphemes. So morphemes are a feature of the knowledge about language section of the literacy audit. So we're going to be diving into the world of morphemes, which they are an essential concept in language and literacy. By the end of this short video, hopefully it'll help you to understand what morphemes are, to be able to identify them and to use them to decode and build words more effectively. So perhaps a useful way of thinking of morphemes is to think of the Lego blocks of language. Each one holds a piece of meaning. So some stand alone as words, others attach to change the meaning or the tense of that word. So a morpheme is the smallest meaningful unit in a language. It can't be broken down into smaller parts without losing its meaning. They may be a whole word or part of a word, like a prefix or a suffix. We have two main types of morphemes. We have what we call free morphemes, and these are words that you can say on their own. So they can stand alone as a word on their own. So book, run, and unhappy would be examples of free morphemes. Bound morphemes, on the other hand, are like additions. They can change a word's meaning or its grammatical function, but they can't stand alone. So they've got to be attached to another morpheme. So these include prefix and suffixes such as ed on the end of a word, or un to make the free morpheme happy, unhappy, or s on the end. Here we've got some examples of morphemes. So we can see each example shows how multiple morphemes come together to create meaning. So you'll notice how the bound morphemes change the word, adding tenses or adding tense or making it plural. So here we've got unhappy, which is two morphemes, the un and the happy, cats, and cat and the s, running, run and the ing, and rewritten, we've got three morphemes there. We've got the re, we've got the right, and we've got the en. Why do morphemes matter so much then? So understanding morphemes can help your students to figure out unfamiliar words by breaking them into parts. It's really helpful in subjects with specialised vocabulary such as science and history. So it can help your students with spelling, vocabulary, reading comprehension, decoding words, and can support language learning. So they're really quite important to help students on their journey with literacy. A couple of quick tips then for identifying morphemes. When you see a long or complex word, slow down and look for the parts that you recognise. Start with the root if you can, and then identify any additions to modify its meaning. It's time for a quick practice then. Let's try to apply what we've talked about so far. Pause the video for a second and see if you can identify each morpheme in the words alone. Then we'll have a look at the answers. So the answers then, in disagreeing, we have three morphemes. We have the dis, the agree, and the ing. In unbelievable, we've got the root word of believe, and then we have the un and the able at the end to make up unbelievable, which has three morphemes. And then just two in kindness. Kind is the root word, and then ness to complete that morpheme. Sorry, to complete that word. To wrap it up then, morphemes are really powerful tools in understanding and using language. So whether your students are learning to read or whether they're mastering a second language, morphemes can really help to unlock a lot of meaning really, really quickly, which is an important reason why they are on the literacy audit. So the key takeaways, they are the smallest units of meanings. They can include root word, prefixes and suffixes, and to understand them helps students with reading, spelling and writing. So they really are an important part of a student's literacy journey.